Yes, Miss Lissa here for Vibe Magazine, and sitting with me is an incredible mogul, a man that, everybody wants to talk about, Nick Cannon exclusively. How you doing?
Miss Liz, how you?
Is you giving me a nickname already for me? Perfect. So now that we acquainted,
yes, let's get
got my
to
little
it.
card. I'm feeling like the ghetto Ricky Lake.
Oh wow, Ricky Lake was already ghetto.
I love,
so,
but come on, don't do that. She had hairspray. We got hair grease.
Hilarious.
So So before we, so many things to talk about.
So many.
But the first thing I want to dive into is your first love.
Yes.
Music.
Indeed. We got the hottest R&B project of 2022 right now.
But you changed the meaning of R&B. It's not ribs and barbecue. It's not rhythm and blues. What is it?
It's raw and raw and babies. Baby making music.
We know, but you seem like you do the one leg up. You might do a little trap. That's what it is.
Know. It's different.
That's what it is.
It's different.
It all started when you did that Gigolo song, and it just never stopped. No, and seriously, I've done extensive research on you because you are one of the people that I look up to, from doing hosting, acting. You have your own companies. You create and you empower people in a time where so many people are afraid to light someone's candle because they think that's going to take away from their fire.
Yeah,
but you were discovered by Guy Tori.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of person who always shares his platform.
Always.
And he noticed you when you were doing a performance with your...
We're opening up an Outkast.
Right.
Yeah,
so for you came in as a musician, but you were found because God put you on this earth to do so many other things. But clearly, even though people say certain things about your music, you don't care.
At all. No. You know what it is? Because I don't think people have actually seen or had the opportunity to see me as a musician. Like, even when you think of where hip hop was when I started and where music has evolved to, I play 7 instruments. I've been playing music since I was in church.
8 if you talk about bitches, because he plays those too. Nah. No, but seriously. I wanted to talk about young Nick Cannon, the Nick Cannon that got discovered by Guy Tori, the Nick Cannon that was opening for Outkast. Yeah. Before you even knew. Did you want to be a comedian at that time as well? I was always,
like I said, I was just doing stuff. I started in the church, so, I would open up for the preacher man and do just everything from impressions to songs. And my dad thought I was funny. He said, everybody wants to be a singer or a rapper, but you could be a comedian. And that's kind of, that opened that door. So I would do comedy. Even before I met Guy Tori, I was doing church talent shows and auditioning for the Apollo, all of that stuff. And then, my first big break was, I just thought because my rap group was opening up for Outkast that we was on. And then from that, the host that night was Guy T. And he invited me to the Comedy Store because he thought I was funny and talented, and the rest is history.
So, but you going up to that performance, preparing for that, I want to talk about that. So, how did you discover your love for? You said you were in the church, but your love for hip hop.
Oh, I'm a 80s baby. It was around me. I remember the first rap song I ever memorized was The Show. You know what I mean? Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, and then Lottie Dottie, of course, was on the other side of the cassette. You know what I mean? So that was in my head. And then from there, it was, Cinderfella, Dana Dane, and You Be Illin', and the fact that I was a little kid that could, recite all of these raps. And then from there, I started freestyling, and we'd be in the park and on the block and break dancing. So it was just in me. I didn't know anything else to do. This was back when, people used to carry boom boxes to the playground, and whatever they push play on, that was our radio, that was our internet. That's how stuff went viral.
Right.
So I was just born into the culture, and then you mix that with the church where you hearing, all of these gospel chords and organs and drums.
Well.
Exactly. So I'm putting all that together, and I just kind of birthed who I was as an entertainer.
Something that you said definitely struck a chord was, there was no social media. You had to really be on the grind. So, what did you do to get noticed to be an opening for Outkast?
Man, it goes all the way, when I was 8 years old, I had my first demo tape.
We need to hear that first. You know your first rhyme. Go ahead.
Lamborghini, Ferrari, Mercedes, Benz. To get one of these, you got to have ends. And some other shit that was pretty. But I was 8.
Nah, but that was fire. fire.
Even to know what ends was at 8 was kind of.
My first rap was when I was 8 too, but I had a ghostwriter. Shout out to my brother. It was about Mortal Kombat, but I get you.
We all got them 8-year-old rhymes, and then I started actually writing poetry around the same time too. And I would write poetry to the girls. I remember my first poem was called "Hey Miss Fine." It's like, "Hey Miss Fine, you're finer than wine. Hey Miss Fine, you're so fine." And then I started singing it with my little church vocals, and then I was like, oh, I can do all this. Learned how to play some chords on the piano. So by then I was writing my first love songs and poetry around the same time.
Mr. Cannon, you're not gonna sit here and tell me you can sing and not give us a little. We need a little taste.
You gotta get the mixtape. Have you heard it? See,
I heard a little snippet.
That's what I'm going in.
I did hear a little snippet.
I'm going in. So,
but we gotta make sure you not T-Pain. You might not.
First of all, T-Pain is talented.
No, but he didn't need auto-tune. No, matter of fact, we want to see if you are T-Pain actually, because T-Pain, you never needed auto-tune.
He did it.
Which is why he won that Masked Singer.
Exactly.
So we want to hear you without auto-tune.
What we gonna sing? What we singing?
You want to do like a duet? I could be Tina, you gonna be Ike? Now usually we go a little soft, but today we're gonna go nice and easy. Left a good job in the city.
See, I'm gonna go real deep.
Working for the man every night and day. You got it. I thought you were about to slap the shit out of me just then. I thought you.
Yo, we should take this on the road.
Nick,
the new Ike and Tina. She got the wig.
You know it. Nick, and I pulled my legs out just for this, and we both wore pink. At this point, my last name is Cannon. I'm pregnant, so.
Ike and Tina Cannon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I want to be anime. I want to take it back to the essence.
Anime.
Ike and anime Cannon.
Bullock Cannon.
Caname.
And Caname.
We got our own handshake. Now, what is your fondest memory of that Tuesday? Just jumping around a little bit.
Meeting Kobe Bryant. That was probably, I remember I had just rocked the stage. I had meeting Shaq and Kobe, and like everybody would come through there. Snoop, but I remember coming off the stage, and Kobe wasn't that much older than me, but he was still Kobe Bryant. I remember just rocking. Everybody would be in the parking lot with all their fly cars and stuff right on Sunset, and he was out there, and it was like his first year. And just to know there was somebody that was in a similar age group as me, that we were out there young, and to see him doing his thing, that's probably one of my fondest memories.
I really do honor, just sitting here with you. I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy, and I started doing it in 2018, but I just started taking it seriously. Like, I created my own platform in 2018 because I didn't like the politics of what it was, what I saw.
Right.
And something I still notice, and that's why I want to ask you, is like, it just feels like, as like, we are the creators of the culture, whether it's music, whether it's comedy, acting, what have you. But then we allow other people to be the gatekeepers, and it feels like I'm watching people who should be honored shuck and jive to get attention, and do certain things for camera time. But something I honor about you is you're not that kind of a person.
I'm me. This is what you get.
Why are you not afraid of that? Like, why are you not afraid of, the backlash, the scrutiny, the possibilities of being blackballed? Why?
Oh, it's a real person. I'm just raw. I don't do everything perfect.
We know you like it raw.
All day. But I'm very comfortable with who I am, and, all my insecurities, all my flaws, I embrace them. Because I know we're all, living and growing processes. We're all works in progress. So in that sense, to be that example, and especially to be a conduit to give other people opportunities. I've done everything I could ever want to do in my life. So now I'm looking to give the next person an opportunity. I'm looking to inspire the next comedian, the next music artist, the next entrepreneur to say, look, these were my ups and downs. I'm not perfect, and take it as it is. But I'm also going to tell you, I'm never going to stop. I'm always going to keep pushing. I'm always going to have the fortitude and the idealistic approach of optimism. And
come on, SAT words of fortitude. We're going to put the definition right here for the kids with the GEDs to still try to figure it out. The fortitude. Are you afraid of anything?
Never. I got fearless tattooed on my left shoulder.
Let me see. Take it off.
See,
I'm just playing.
Later.
I'm just playing. I told you.
Me and Anime.
You already know, and I'm going to eat that cake. Now, you have dabbled in so many different platforms, including a talk show host, right?
Yes.
And my aunt, you probably, baby, she had so many pictures with you, but she had a mask on, so.
Oh, she was coming to the show.
Yeah, all the time, yes.
Love.
But what did you learn from doing like, that talk show?
That the Oprah bag is no longer there. the 200-300 million a year, they ain't giving that out no more. What Ellen was making, but I loved it. It was such a learning process. But I'm a businessman, so I'm like, yo, I can make more money doing less work over here. I love it, but I much rather. I thought the Oprah bag was still there. I thought I was about to go grab that $1 billion. TV check, and it's not.
I don't think
people don't watch TV no more.
I was gonna say that, and I feel like also, I mean, for me, I saw you as a nighttime talk show host, more like an Arsenio. I feel like, you know,
even then, but the bag gotta be right. The bag got like it. See what's beautiful
but
now
I just
about.
wanted you there for the quality television. Sometimes you know what, Nick?
I'll be there.
Sometimes it's not about the money, bro.
Wait, what? They say, what do you mean?
Right now,
life
no.
No matter how you flip it, the bread comes first.
You right, but sometimes you got a wish sandwich and you still gonna eat, right? Mentally, did you eat? It's all about that mental food, right? So sometimes, as I'm watching television, it feels like that's the problem. Everybody's on how many followers, what's the money, all of these things. And the quality content is being depleted because they don't feel like it's gonna make money. So it's just like,
but that's what television really was created for. I mean, if you take it all the way back to the soap operas, they were selling soap. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about the advertising. They just want to see how can they grasp your attention for as long as possible to sell you something. But at the end of the day, I mean, quality content. I mean, I'm an avid reader. I'm somebody like I love reading books. That's where I get most of my.
I like reading
knowledge.
bitches.
That's why it sounds like you do it well. You read them well. But that's where most of our knowledge, our wisdom, and our even our entertainment comes from. So, but in the form of entertainment, we know we got a job to do. We out here to sell, and we got to make sure that we can offer the best entertainment that captivates our audience for the longest. So now we have digital platforms where people are more captivated. People will sit there and listen or watch a podcast for 2-3 hours at a time.
Because they chose that. That's why you're right.
Exactly, opposed to, something that got all of these commercials in it and stuff. So it's a paradigm shift of what's going on in entertainment. I always like to be on the forefront of it. And I feel like, the daily talk show or even television is more of an old-fashioned model. So now we're figuring out some things where we can own our content and we can present it ourselves and then gather these billions directly opposed to waiting for somebody else to give it to us.
Yes, sir. Now let's go back. Because it's just so many layers to you. I want to peel all of them.
Peel everything
I'm trying to peel them layers. You hear me?
Peel the layers
you hear me? So I want to go back to your music.
Yes.
So since 2003, and then we had another album 2014, and now we're here at 2022.
Yeah.
Like, are these gaps purposely done? Do you need time in between, or is it like, what's going on? Is it too busy?
Interesting. To be honest, I feel like I only put out one music album when I was younger, and I was like, I was signed to a major, worked with everybody from Diddy to Kanye to Pharrell to R. Kelly to every big name producer you could think of at the time. And then from there, I kind of went within and kind of went independent and started my own record label. And from that process, I became an executive, and I started finding new artists. Some of the artists that we all know and love today that, were signed to me or continue to be signed to me. And I really put my label hat on. I worked at a bunch of different labels everywhere from Def Jam to Republic to, so many different systems I've had my label in. So I purposely stepped back from being an artist in the space of music and was more of a producer and more of an executive. But I would still do stuff here and there. I would do I think you said the 2014. That was like a...
Yeah, it was like white people music.
Yeah, that was a comedy album where people thought it was they took you seriously. It was associated to my Showtime special. But I mean, it is what it is. Content is content, and even everything that we do on Wildin' Out. I mean, I make all the music on Wildin' Out, all of that stuff. So I've always produced.
DJ D-Rec your cousin? I always wanted to know that because it's like you Jay and he's Memphis Bleak. Like, as long as he alive, you alive. He a millionaire. Like,
Facts.
is that your cousin?
That's not my cousin.
All right,
that's my
I was
brother.
like, God damn, that's definitely his cousin.
Yeah, we known each other since I was a teenager and he was 45. So.
Cause he's like Samuel L. Jackson. We ain't never seen him young, baby. We ain't never seen him young. We love you, D-Rap. Okay, there's no shade.
But you old as hell.
Yeah, we love you. Don't worry about it. But you have discovered so much talent on Wildin' Out. From Kevin Hart was on that show.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't even realize.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson was on that show.
Yeah.
You've been discovering all types of talent because you've discovered Pete and Kim.
Yeah.
We know who really hit it first. You should have did the remix.
There you go.
All right, but we gonna segue. Don't worry about that. What did you learn?
It's all in the mixtape. It's all in the mixtape.
I bet it is. Let's talk about this mixtape.
Yes.
What was the process of creating this mixtape?
Well, the thing is, because the album is actually coming at the end of the summer, but the mixtape is all my explicit content that I couldn't put on the album. Oh. All of the stuff where I start talking dirty, and that's because I'm a mainstream artist, and my album is called Ghetto Blues, and it's a lot more soulful, and I had the opportunity to work with some amazing people, everybody from Stevie Wonder to Babyface to like real. So, but my mixtape was just like stuff I was feeling, how I was emoting. I seeing my name all in the blogs and the gospel. I was like, I need to answer.
I'm sorry, I had to write.
I understand, but the outlet was my music. So I was talking a lot of shit on this mixtape, and it's baby making music. It's sex music. But
which kind of sex? Like with your sneaky link or with your man? Is it like a little slow grind, or is this like
you tell
my
me,
wig? Is my wig on shift?
Yeah,
like let me
fix the shift. If your wig ain't shift, it wasn't good sex. If your wig stayed on.
But I'm all right. But
like, how is that?
I feel judged.
I'm just saying. No, my goal is to make as what Ron B is to.
You want to see the all right. You want to I want to see the set it off praise.
You trying to look through your wig and find. I want you looking like Cousin It at the end of the set, like you trying to figure it out.
Okay. Which song of all the songs do you feel like is the most baby makeable?
Ooh. I mean, the record with me and Chris Brown, I do. Everybody been going crazy for that. And it's literally said at the top, I said, CB, people always ask me if I ever get married again. And what I do, I was like, I do think that's a possibility. So from that point on.
That's not what you said. That is not what you said, Nick.
Right. I mean, that's
not what you said.
I'm a hopeless romantic, even though I think marriage is a government institution that has messed up love for so much. And so many, but I believe there's something magical in saying I do.
Nick, that's not what you said.
That's what the record says.
So off the record, what you said.
But off the record, if you listen to the rest of the songs, I'm talking about.
No, all right, because you brought it up, I didn't. So I do want to know.
I don't believe in monogamy.
I do want to know. No, I wasn't.
For me.
I didn't know that's not what you said either, but God.
What did I say?
So I was going to tell you, but now we just figured out. So now can I be the top though? Because if it's going to be a whole line of bitches, I got to be Beyonce, and the rest of them got to be Destiny's Child.
And let's get it.
And you got a lot of child, so you don't need no more.
I like the hierarchy. I like you putting yourself as the top
you want. I get hierarchy. Now, so what you said, or what I saw in a video, in an interview that you did recently, what you said was, yes, you could potentially get married again if it compared to your relationship with Mimi.
See, I think
that's what you said.
People took that out of context. And I feel like I said that. I said that was so amazing that how can one ever top that?
So you see them lines that we read in between?
Yeah.
So nobody gonna top Mimi. All y'all broke baddies. He love you.
It's not even
you
that
and your slim tees and your but she's a mogul, right?
I just would never do
Mimi.
that.
She's emancipated.
I would never do that again.
So now you changing it again. It's because I feel real spectacular. I feel like I could compete. All right? So I feel like I'm going to get it right.
So we would have to do something different.
I know we are.
We can't do that. Let that be what that
Yo hablas español. What you need? Ella es tu favorita morenita. You don't know no black girls that speak Spanish like me. Papi. How has fatherhood changed you?
Man, it's opened me up. It's made me so much more,
what?
Yes, more vulnerable. I know I'm not perfect. I know my kids show me each and every day what I need to strive for, and how no matter what's going on, I could be better, and that they will be better than I am.
Do you want more children?
I love children. I'm not against it. Everybody keeps
you putting yourself against everything. You against this girl, you against that girl, you rubbing against, hugging against. What is you against?
I am open for the idea.
You in this openness.
Yeah, you gotta be open.
All right.
People keep telling me I should get a vasectomy though, but I don't know if that's...
Can you spell it?
Vasectomy?
If you can't spell it, you can't get it. So tell them my name business. I can't even spell it. How I'm gonna get it? I can't even spell it.
There it is. I'm using it. I'm still in that.
Don't worry. Now, one of your mentors is Will Smith. So you said that. So you said that Will Smith discovered you, kind of. Like,
well, see, like you gotta think, like based off of you said Guy T. He put me on stage in front of industry types, and so I created a buzz when I was a teenager in Hollywood, and people would hear about Nick Cannon or this kid. They didn't even know my name. This kid is doing stand up and rapping in Hollywood, and he's real funny. So I started doing different festivals, and Jamie Foxx actually had a festival called Laugh-A-Palooza that Will Smith saw, and that's how he was the first person to give me a record deal, a television deal, and kind of took me under his wings. And that, all of that, from the time I stepped on stage with Guy T at Fat Tuesday to Will Smith giving me a deal, was probably like a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so now something we do know, we ain't gonna get nothing about that, don't worry about that. But something that we do know about Will Smith is that he never curses or says like vulgarities in his rhymes. Did he tell you not to do that ever? Because you didn't listen.
Yeah, I definitely didn't
You didn't listen?
You know what's interesting, being signed to Will and everybody always calling me the next Will Smith back then. I wanted to do something different, and it would be things where like they would bring writers into the studio and stuff. I'm like, I can't do that. Like I would stand firm. Like and they actually showed me. I didn't know nothing about songwriting processes back then. Like I didn't know what 16 bars were. I knew in music but I didn't know your verse was supposed to be 16 bars. Like Will was the first person to show me that instruction. He put me with Jeff and Biz Markie and introduced me to Rakim and like really took me to hip hop school and say this is how a song is created. Right. This is how you make a hit. Because before then I was just a backpack kid rhyming, putting mixtapes. Right,
you know about bridges, you know about hooks. I
didn't know how to structure a rap song to be a hit song. So from them showing me that, and then the process of what I actually wanted to talk about, I felt like I got a little pigeonhole because I was the next Will Smith. So even they had me remaking Parents Just Don't Understand. Like I didn't really want to do that. Will actually didn't want me to do that either. And then I did the Pops Don't Like Me song, and it was very like cookie cutter stuff. But I was like, I want to talk about different stuff. And in that process, I learned how to be an artist, but I also learned the importance of being yourself.
Now, Will Smith has said that he wishes he wouldn't have been so clean cut and maybe you didn't do the wrong thing because that's why they was playing with him on that damn stage. That's why they was playing with him. They wouldn't play with you, Nick, because you wear a turban and we know you urban. You hear me?
This is different sides to all of us.
We know.
I think what it is the black experience, and people sometimes think that the black experience is one way. And we get stereotyped to, if you're not this way, then you must be this way. But we, like you said, we have layers. We're multifaceted. There's some days we wake up, with
a rain wig, and sometimes you put on your good bundles. Sometimes you wear your natural hair, and sometimes it's a stocking cap. It's whatever you want to go outside with a bonnet. Like
I couldn't have said
the layers.
It's
now
put
Nick,
on a different cap.
We know you can rap.
No cap.
But can you mumble rap? Now, I love playing games just like you, and I be cheating just like you. So this game is called Mumble Rap. I created it. So we're going to take turns mumbling songs to each other. You can't say any real words. You can beatbox, mumble.
We probably should do this on Wild 'N Out.
And it's trademarked and ready for you to buy. Now, so I'm going to go first. I purposely didn't prepare any songs because I felt like it wouldn't be fair because you're not prepared.
It's improv.
So, all right. All right.
Now, am I supposed to get? Because that's not original.
What do you mean?
I'm supposed to guess what that is?
Yeah, how you gonna guess what's my original song?
You said mumble. First of all, that wasn't a mumble. That was a hum.
I said you could mumble, hum, beatbox, anything. It's my.
See, I
be cheating.
Now, when you create these games that you be cheating at, you gotta explain the damn rules.
I was getting ready to, but you started shaking your head like you already knew the damn rules. Oh, mumble rap.
So this is like name that tune, but the hood ass version.
Let me give you the instructions for anyone. This is mumble rap, where we're gonna take turns mumbling actual songs. You can mumble, hum, beatbox. You can gurgle. You just can't say any. That's what the new kids are doing anyway.
Hummed and gurgled was the Been So Long that mystical, right? That was mystical. You was doing Nibbia's part.
Come on. Yeah. You know. Yeah. No, now 1 point for you. Right. Danger. Now it's your turn.
All right.
I got hope. I know you do. And different area codes. All right, first person to get to 3 wins the game. Let me think.
You started. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna win.
Nick, you were controlling, but I like it. You a Libra, ain't you?
All day.
Nobody's perfect, but I love this aggression.
Yes.
You know? Now, my turn. Let me think. Okay. Let me think. All right. Damn, y'all. All right, let me think.
Is that the theme song to Martin?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm with that.
It gotta just be any song.
All right, any song. All right, she did a theme song to Martin. Okay, you threw me off with that.
I want to throw you everywhere. I'm playing. I'm saying.
Yeah, here we go. We out here. The next one we gonna go.
Sitting on those, standing around by so many hoes. Rock this, body, rock this, body. That's my joint, okay?
You got it.
That's my song. He's still a gigolo.
I think, yeah.
Of course I'm gonna get.
There it is.
Of course I'm gonna get that.
Okay.
All right,
this
okay.
This
is about to go in. Okay,
right.
Let me see.
You gotta give me a good one so you can steal the win.
You're right. Okay. Let me think. I'm trying to go. To be real.
That's Cheryl Lynn right there.
You know the vibes.
This Cheryl Lynn. So that means I won, right?
It does mean you won. I wouldn't do it any other way.
To be real. There it is. Ooh, now you pregnant.
You know I already came in pregnant. I'm Spanish. This has been an amazing interview. Everyone, make sure you get tapped in with the new project. Let them know the name.
The explicit tape. Raw and B. It's the king of Raw and B. It's your man Nick Cannon. Let's get it.
He about to definitely roll some bees tonight. You heard? I'm Miss Lissa. This is Vibe, and you are gonna get more exclusive content when you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss anything.
I love you.
I love you.